Every kid's dream is to become a pro athlete in their respective sport. However, the road isn't always an easy one, with fewer than 2% actually making it to the bigs. People only see the finished product, but never see the work behind the scenes.
My name is David Griffin. I am a graduate of the 2018 class, and I am now a pitcher for the Gary South Shore Railcats in the American Association.
Griffin's father, David, describes the true impact the sport of baseball had on his son at such a young age.
Well, he always had a love for the sport, even from when he was 2 or 3 years old. You could probably start seeing his talent develop when he was about 8, 9, 10 years old, when he was really getting involved in more and more baseball. But probably not until his freshman year in college, when he got to play on a bigger scale, that you really saw him really start thriving.
I got in touch with Curry through my high school coach, Mike Patch, who was actually coached by Coach Perdios at the time, back when Perdios was the Legion coach at Morissette Legion Baseball. And Coach Patch actually sent out an email to Perdios telling him who I was and stuff like that, and then we arranged for an official visit, and that's how we kind of got the ball rolling.
Griff's high school coach was a friend of the head coach at Curry. I was the pitching coach at the time, and the head coach and myself went out to watch David pitch a game in high school, and we saw the potential and whatever, and that started the process for him applying to Curry College. And when he did, I was also running as the pitching guy an AAU program, a showcase team that traveled to East Cobb, Georgia, and Virginia, and different places like that in the summertime. So we got David on board, and that allowed me to work with David too prior to coming into college, which was kind of nice.
We've been friends for a long time. So he messaged me back in 2014 because we were both in the same Facebook group. And he was just looking for a roommate, so we were like, all right, whatever, we'll just room together. And then we played Spartans that summer going into Curry. And after that, like, we just stayed really, really close, roomed all 4 years throughout college. And then even after that, like, we're keeping in touch like crazy. You know, we just went to the Red Sox game last week. Kid's one of my best friends.
Griff was thrown right into the collegiate level of baseball as his freshman year kicked off with one of the most historic moments the college has ever seen.
David was phenomenal as a freshman. One of the best freshman years ever in the history of Curry College as far as the baseball program went. We went to the NCAA regionals. David won the first and only, he won the second NCAA game in the history of Curry College.
He knows I'm going to say it too. Wesleyan. That was, I never want to admit it to him, but that was probably the best pitching performance I've ever seen. Coming out against a nationally ranked team, you know, and where we basically just made it into states or regionals for our first time. And this team was, I think they were top 20, and Dave comes out as a freshman and shuts them out. I forget how many Ks it was, and he hit 90 a couple times, and it was just, I'm over there in the bullpen just cheering him on the whole time, but that was probably the best performance I've ever seen.
Alongside Griffin, the entire team finished out a very special season on top.
It was special in the fact that they played together and became a very, very dangerous team at the end of the year. When you get to playoff time and you have, we probably did not have the most talented team in the league, I didn't think, but when you get to playoff team and you're all playing together as a unit and playing for each other, that's when you become a dangerous team, and that just took off and brought us to the NCAAs and conference champions.
Griffin has continued to elevate his game, concluding his collegiate career, to maintain his game at one of the highest levels.
So normally nowadays my schedule based off of either Monday and Wednesday, I'll go work out in the afternoon, like around like 12 o'clock-ish. Like, I'll go throw first and then go lift, and then I'll work from like 5 to 9 o'clock at night. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll go up to a facility in New Hampshire, 603 Evo in Exeter, New Hampshire, and I'll be working with guys like Carson Cross and Logan Carmen, who had success at the college level, went on to the professional, and they've really taken me in this past year, and they really entirely kind of transformed how I go about pitching nowadays too.
He works at the facility too, so everybody knows him as the guy that they can go to if they have questions about anything. So not only does the kid throw gas and he's a great pitcher and he can strike out anybody in the facility, but he's also willing to work with high school kids, middle school kids, other college guys, whoever else is in there. He'll dedicate his time to working with them. But yeah, he's very well known around the facility, and everybody in the area knows him.
Since I graduated college, I've put on 40 pounds of muscle. Credits to Joe Coyne for that one. I started with him in pretty much a New Year's resolution in 2019 that just kind of carried on. So when people say New Year's resolutions aren't a real thing, I like to debate otherwise.
And the kid has in my opinion, this kid's got a major league arm, and that was without even knowing how to work out. And now watching him actually put on the size, put in the work, and work out, it's game over. The kid he's got a different level of talent.
I was very happy for him because as a mom, you see him work really, really hard. He gives up a lot of vacations, things like that to be able to stay on baseball teams. And once you commit to things, you have to follow through. So it was just great to see all the hard work finally pay off.
Dave has always considered the sport of baseball to be a true part of his entire life. As he continues to succeed, Dave is currently en route to his most prominent season of his career in Gary, Indiana. Dave continues to strive in hopes of making his ultimate dream come true of playing in the MLB.